Hey everyone, this is Tim Kwarkleski. I am the sales manager for Cryptozoic Entertainment. And today we're just going to go through a lot of the new stuff that we've got coming out, as well as some of our fan favorites and some new releases that have just come out that have been doing very well for us, and to show you a little bit more behind the curtain about what we've been doing at the company. A lot of you know us for our games, but you may not know us for some of the other things that we do. So I'm hoping that today you will get a chance to see that. So, without further ado, because I've got so much information to share with you, let me go ahead and get started. So, for those of you that didn't know, we are actually celebrating our 10th year as Cryptozoic Entertainment. So, for this year, it's been a huge milestone for us and something that we're all very, very grateful to be celebrating, especially in these difficult times. So, this year, we actually have created some commemorative pins and other things like that that we will hopefully be having for shows and for retail in the future. So what you're kind of seeing here is a little bit of sneak peek of some of the things that we've done. So our logo on the left showing our celebrating 10 years, and then we have our Cryptkins on the right, which is actually a vinyl collectible of Bob, our mascot. But I will talk more about that later. So let's get diving in. Let's see here. There we go. All right. Get that bar off the bottom there. All right. So as for our new releases this year, we had Dark Knight's Metal, which just launched. It would have been late July, early August, depending upon scheduling for everyone. And Dark Knight's Metal has been doing absolutely amazing for us. As up to this date, we have sold well over half of our stock, and Alliance has actually sold a good chunk of it. So for you retailers out there that have taken a chance on Dark Knight's Metal and have been supporting the DC Deck Builder system, a big, huge thank you, because this has been a massive success for us. On the right-hand side, you see Epic Spell Wars of the Battle Wizards, Hijinks at Hell High. That is actually the fifth installment. It is an expansion and a standalone game to the Epic Spell Wars series. This one changes things up a little bit. Now you actually get to have different rules in the game for how you can go up and down on the very, how can I put it, stereotypical social ladder that happens within a high school while doing all the same ridiculous things that you are used to doing within the Epic Spell Wars series. So that one also launched about the same time as Dark Knight's Metal, and that one has also been doing very well for us. And for more information on that one, please contact your sales folks. So we do have some reprints coming in on Spyfall, which is one of our fan favorites. We've been out of stock on this one for a while. This is a partnership that we have with Hobby World. And we are expecting it in, as you can see on screen, about mid-January 2021. So Spyfall has been one of our bigger party hits. And at a $24.99 price point, we have done very, very well with it for having a game where it's basically a social deduction. And so that one, finally, we will have more for those of you that have been begging to get it back into your stores. What you see on the right-hand side is something many of you may not know that we have. So we also at Cryptozoic make collectibles. This is actually one of our CZX brands, which is one of our highly detailed, they're a little bit more on the pricier side brands. This is the Wonder Woman Princess of Themyscira statue. This actually retails at $150. This is part of a limited print run, and we have the other portion of it coming in. And you can expect that about mid-October when you'll be able to order it. And of course, coming soon, we've got November, about week 3, again, depending upon boats and logistics right now, our new title, Spy Fest. So this is actually a play within the Spyfall world, but this is actually a detective party game where you split into 2 teams. So where the other Spyfall games you're playing as an individual, this one we actually promote team play. So with this one, you're actually going to be taking turns being the spy, and as it says down here, the goal of the spy is to have their own team guess who they're dressed as, so a memorable historical fictional character, before the opposing team. So in order to do this, the spy and their team will use special keyword as well as their quick-wittedness, imagination, subtlety, and impressive talent for mingling. So this game, as you notice, it's done up very Hollywood in a lot of ways. So you'll be walking the red carpet as a spy or not. And then you also have some very ridiculous and fun characters that you can pretend to be and dress up as. So this one again going to be around the same MSRP as our other Spyfall titles, $24.99. And this is going to be a great hit, and we've had a lot of fun play testing this. And those that have played it, even over Tabletop Simulator, have absolutely loved it. So look out for that one, week 3 of November. And coming around the time of the movie launch is going to be our Wonder Woman 84 board game. So this is actually going to be an entry-level game. It's going to be very easy for people to pick up and play. One of the great things with this game is that it's going to be very easy to teach to a younger audience. So that way we can start giving them that first step into the larger world of board gaming. And who best to do that with than one of our fan favorite characters, Wonder Woman. So this game will actually be coming out roughly about the release of the movie in December. Again, timing on that might be a little bit off depending upon how logistics go, but that is the goal right now. It'll be right around the release of the movie. So this one, again, very simple game, meant to be an intro level game for a lot of people, and it's definitely there to help people ease into board games. So that one is going to be $20, and yeah, so that one, if you are a family gamer or you have people in your family that have been wanting to get into board games but are a little bit intimidated by some of the rules intense games, this is definitely a good one for you. And if you're a Wonder Woman fan, there's going to be a ton of artwork from the movie in here, so look out for that. And then coming Q2 2021 is actually going to be Epic Spell Wars Annihilageddon expansion, the Gangbangers. So this is the first official expansion for our Annihilageddon series of Epic Spell Wars. For those of you that are familiar with some of our deck building games, we have a few different engines, our most popular being the Cerberus engine, which powers our DC deck builders. The Cerberus engine is actually what was used to build Epic Spell Wars, the Battle Wizards, and Annihilageddon. And so if you are familiar with the DC deck builders, this should be a very easy game for you to pick up and jump right into. And for those of you that have never played a deck builder, this is actually a very easy game to get into with a lot of tongue-in-cheek humor. So it takes about 5 to 10 minutes for people to understand what's going on. Usually after the first round of play, they catch on really quick and they just get going. So with this one, you are actually going to be creating some different gangs that you can actually create throughout the game. So instead of your standard deck builder, you're trying to grab cards of whatever you may need. With this one, you can actually build up specific gang requirements and do various different nasty things to your opponents based upon who you end up grabbing for your gangs. And then we have coming out Q1 2021, the first collection of the Stephen Rhodes. So for those of you that are familiar with Stephen Rhodes, he does the series called The Sinister 70s, where he makes cover art to look like the old children's educational books, only they're very twisted in a lot of ways. So we actually have 3 games coming out, each at an MSRP of $15, $14.99. And that is Let's Summon Demons, Let's Dig for Treasure, and Don't Talk to Strangers. So with Let's Summon Demons, it is a light strategy game. You're creating a unique team of lovable boys, girls, and animals from the block in order to summon demons. So the goal is to create a team that can summon the best demons possible, and with some luck on a couple of dice rolls, hopefully lock those demons in. Otherwise, really bad things can happen. We have Let's Dig for Treasure, which is a push your luck style game. This is actually one of my favorite as far as some of the artwork goes. The goal is to keep digging by flipping cards off the top of the deck. And when you say you stop, you score that many points based upon the cards that you dig up. However, if you dig up an evil skeleton or too many worm cards, your turn will end and you score absolutely nothing. And then our final game is Don't Talk to Strangers. So basically, this one, school lets out for the day. There's an alien invasion going on, and your job is to get your kids home or to a safe scoring space as soon as possible. And you can only take them one at a time. So with this one, there's going to be some zany things that happen along the way. And each of these games are going to feel very built from the ground up to really support the craziness that is the Stephen Rhodes artwork. So these games are not designed to be a generic, just take this and reskin to another game. We are building these specifically to match the feel and lightheartedness of the content of these titles. So you can see those, again, Q1 2021. Whoops. And then moving back, we have the new DC deck building game titles. So we actually have 3 that are coming out this next year. 1 in Q2 and 2 in Q3. So the first one that you see on the screen, this is all concept artwork for the time being. We don't have the covers done yet, but we have our third Rivals. So for those of you that are not familiar with the DC deck building titles, our typical DC deck builders support 2 to 6 players for different deck building objectives per game. The Rivals, however, are built specifically to have one-on-one conflict. So with Rivals 3, we are now seeing Flash versus the Reverse Flash. So that one will be coming out Q2 2021, and just like the rest of our Rivals deck builders will come out at a $20 price point. The second one that you see on the screen is the Rebirth expansion. For those of you that aren't aware, we actually did a Rebirth version of the classic DC deck builder, so the core game. Rebirth actually has a few more cards, some cleaned up rules, and a couple new rule tweaks to it and new rule elements. So it actually did warrant to be its own separate game compared to the classic DC deck builder. Rebirth is built with the Rebirth expansion is built with the idea in mind that you will be playing with the Rebirth rules, and a lot of the stuff that you see for the Suicide Squad will be matching up with some of the new updated content. And then the final one is a new standalone game, which is going to be based on the Injustice storyline. So for those of you that are not familiar with the DC universe, this is actually in a parallel universe where Batman manages to kill the Joker, Superman manages to kill the Joker, and then ends up going into a bit of a civil war with Batman. And so this one is, again, as it says here, 2 to 5 players take the roles of various insurgency and regime parallel universe characters to battle for dominance. So in that universe, you actually have the Justice League split, and they are fighting amongst themselves to figure out who is going to reign supreme and who is ultimately in the right. And then one of our bigger titles coming out Q3 of next year, which I don't have too much to show you yet because there's so much in development. We are actually doing a board game version of Batman The Dark Knight Returns series. So for those of you that are not aware, Batman The Dark Knight Returns is one of the most memorable storylines done by Frank Miller for Batman. And this will actually cover all of the major story arcs within Batman The Dark Knight's Returns. So we have Daryl Andrews and Morgan Donteville working on this one pretty heavily right now. And as soon as we have some more information on things that we can show you, we definitely will. This is going to be a Q3 2021 release. And one of the unique things that you're going to see from us on this title compared to some of our other ones in the past is that we have 2 different brands within Cryptozoic. We have our CZE, which is our standard brand. So when you're seeing our SKUs pop up within system, that one is our standard brand of products. And then we have CZX, which is more of a higher end collector's version of products. So these usually come with a bit of a higher price point. Batman The Dark Knight Returns will actually have a CZE and a CZX version. When I have more information as to the quality that's going to go into the CZX, I will be able to share it. But for right now, I have to be pretty tight-lipped. So definitely look out for that one, Q3 2021. And stay tuned and make sure that you stay in contact with us to find out more about what's going on with the game and its development. And for kind of winding things down here, we do have much more than games at Cryptozoic. So we actually do collectibles and we do trading cards as well. So one of the things I wanted to show you is one of our newest launches that just came out. So this is actually Cryptkins Unleashed. This is Wave 1 and 2 of Series 1. Wave 1 is actually available right now. Wave 2 is coming about Q2 2021. It's right on the cusp of Q1, Q2. I put down Q2 just to be safe. But we actually have 7 of these that are available to you. So we have in Wave 1, Bob, Chupacabra, Cthulhu, and Nessie. And we actually have Cryptkins Series 1 and Series 2 that we have available now that come as a 2.5-inch size. So they're a little bit smaller, and these ones we wanted to do double in size. So these are 5 inches. So we kind of have a size chart down at the bottom for you to kind of show the difference of what we have going on. Wave 2 is actually going to be Bigfoot, Mothman, and Unicorn. And again, look out for those in Q2. And so with these are going to be this is going to be a new series that we have. So we're hoping to see a series 2, a series 3, and create in this very cutesy way a lot of the monsters from around the world that we all know and love. And moving into some of our CZX line, we have some DC life-sized hand statues. We're actually going to be getting some of these going and available by Q1 of 2021. So these are hand painted, and they're made of a high quality poly resin, and they stand at a minimum of 9 inches tall from the base of the accessory, or from the base of the hand to the tip of the accessories they're holding. So these are actually done to scale to be very similar to a human hand. So what you see here are three of our base. So we've got the Batman with Batarang, the Harley Quinn Puddin' Pop, and then Joker's calling card. Now, as you notice at the bottom there, I've got two variants on the Batman Batarang. One of the things that we can do for folks is that we can actually do exclusives based upon certain order requirements. So anytime that you might want to do an exclusive, contact us, and we will work out the details and be able to get that done for you. Moving on, we also have our DC movie collectibles, and our newest one coming out again Q1 is Catwoman. So this is based on the Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman from the Batman Returns, and these stand a little over 7 inches tall, and they come out at an MSRP of $30. What you see in the center of the screen is one of the finished products, and the detail that goes into these are absolutely stunning. As with our DC hand statues that we saw, we are actually offering a couple of variants for those that want to order in larger quantities and to have some different exclusivity for stores. So please reach out to us and contact us if you would like more details on that. And last but not least, I don't have too much to show, but these are some of our CZX premium trading card sets that we're working on currently. So we are working on the Middle Earth trading cards. So these are going to be extremely high quality with metallic embossments in it and various different things. We always get autographs from different members of the cast. They're actual autographs, not just prints. So if you are on any of our trading card pages, you will notice that when we do trading cards, we actually have photos taken of the cast members signing the cards before they are submitted back to us. So with this two sets that we're working on, we have the Middle Earth being in the 20-year anniversary. So that is going to cover the Lord of the Rings series and I believe The Hobbit. I will have more information on that coming soon as far as exactly how much of that we're covering. And then we also are covering the Crisis on Infinite Earths. So this is from the different DC Universe shows that they've had out, and with them linking together as a theme. So those are also coming soon. Again, stay tuned for more information on those. So that will cover everything that I have today as far as new products coming out and what we have in the plans for the future of Cryptozoic. And if you have any questions at all, you can always find us in our Cryptozoic entertainment room, and I will be available for any and all questions that you might have. So check us out on the Discord server.